Hello. So I did dry fasting and then followed by a wet fasting. Okay. So I'm going to talk first about the dry fasting I did and the reasons. And after I'll explain the water fasting. So I did 3 days of dry fasting, but I did the soft one because I realized there is a difference between hard um, dry fast and the soft one. So the soft one means we can take a shower and brush our teeth, and I needed to take a shower and brush my teeth because the amount of stuff that were coming out of my mouth, I think my body was detoxifying, I think that's how you say. And my mouth was feeling weird. I could have stayed without it, but even my son was complaining that I needed to shower. So because of them as well, because I wasn't doing alone, I was still helping my children, cooking and everything. For them as well, I decided to shower and brush my teeth. And I was even washing dishes. So mine was a soft one. The hard one means you can't shower, you can't wash your dishes, you can't brush your teeth. So zero water. You can't have contact with water. But I did the soft one. And the first 2 days were the second day I had some headache, and they say it's also the body releasing toxins, etc. On the third day I was actually okay. For me, the hardest thing was not being able to sleep properly, because since I didn't have the energy to do stuff, to exercise, to go for a walk, and to do much around the house, so I spent most of my time in bed. And then I went online just to entertain myself because I was feeling really bored. Now I realize I should have read a book instead of going online, because every time I went online, there was food. On my YouTube channel, on Instagram, there was always food showing up, and that didn't help the mental aspect of what I was doing. So that was a bad thing. That when I do it again, because I will do it again, I will not go online, because I know for sure I will see food and that will not go well. So I will just instead read a book. So that was something else. And then, like I was saying, because I wasn't doing much, whenever it came to nighttime, since my body wasn't using food for digestion and everything, and I wasn't exercising, I wasn't doing nothing, I wasn't tired physically, mentally. When it comes to energy, I wasn't tired. So I couldn't sleep. And then I ended up feeling more bored because it was a long day. And even the 24 hours, it didn't seem like a 24 hours. It seemed like 48 hours, not 48, but it seems like time was passing very slow because I wasn't doing really much. Although, like I said, I have two of my children lives with me. The other one is in Portugal, and I still had to cook. So from time to time I would get up to cook or to clean something or to help them with something. And when I was getting up to help them, I was feeling out of breath. My heart was beating really fast. There was a time, I know now how to calm myself. So there was a time I really need to breathe and calm myself. So if you watching this video and you felt something inside you telling you that you should do it, just be aware that you might feel palpitations, your heart racing. And if you are someone that have issues with anxiety, panic attacks, I wouldn't recommend. Okay. So that happened. And the headache on the third day, usually on the third day everything gets better. On the third day I was feeling well. I got up, I could just do things inside the house, cleaning, walking up and down. My heart was okay. So on the third day I was feeling well. On the fourth day I was actually feeling even better, but mentally I felt I was already feeling stressed because I was thinking about food, and then was coming a lot of thoughts about stopping, and so it was kind of like a battle inside my mind. And So because also I had to take the kids to school because it was already a Monday, I decided to stop on the fourth day. And I drank just water on that day. And as soon as I drank water, I felt good with a lot of energy. I just drank. I stayed three full days, with not eating, not drinking. I drank just a little bit of water. I felt amazing. And then after leaving the kids to school, I came home and I started exercising. So I did a training session, the one I recorded, that is on the channel. And then I even went for a run, and I was just on water. So it goes away with that idea that we get our energy solely for the food that we eat each day. It doesn't work like that. Even if I don't eat this entire day, like I said, for the first day that I didn't eat, I felt like crap. On the second day, I felt like crap and I didn't have energy. I couldn't get up. I couldn't. But on the third day, I felt okay. So the idea that is that food that is going to give you energy, it's kind of like off, because on the third day without eating, I was feeling okay. I could clean the house. Of course, I couldn't run. I couldn't do lots of stuff at that moment. But I was okay to do a few things. And after drinking just a cup of water, I was able to exercise. I was able to run. I was able to do everything else during that day. So that was on the fourth day that I exercised and did everything. And then in the middle of that day, I took a fruit pulp, as the children ones, because it was organic. He had strawberry, blueberry, and banana. I think it was those three. So I took one of those because I was already. It was okay for me. I didn't have nothing to prove to anyone, or for myself. I was also happy with what I did until then. So I just took that fruit thing, and then I continued the rest of the day with only water. So that was the only thing for the entire day, the water and that small bag of fruit. And today I stayed the entire morning on water, and then I went for 1 hour and 40 minutes walk. And then when I came home, I drank, that's now how I was really breaking the fast. So I drank natural juice, which I made with 3 carrots and 1 orange. So pressed the juice and drank it. So natural stuff. And the carrots was organic. I think also when we're coming out of a fast, to give the body the best tools to replenish. So at least the carrots were organic. And then after, I ate a vegetable soup made with potatoes, carrots, onion, garlic. I think that was it. It was a simple soup. And after, I ate a banana. So that's where I am so far with the fasting. And so there is also what we call a wet fasting. And the wet fasting is when you fast and you drink only water. Okay, so I did that one time a few years ago, and I managed to do 3 days as well. And believe it or not, the water fasting was harder than the dry fasting. And I don't know what happens in our body. Some people say, and I've watched video from other people as well, they say that whenever they were drinking water, they were still feeling hungry. It's kind of like drinking water was triggering the body to also expect food. And when I wasn't drinking or eating, I didn't feel thirsty. I didn't feel hungry, nothing at all. So between the dry fasting and the wet fasting, for me as well as experience, the dry fasting was better. Okay, I know I could have done it without the shower, without brushing my teeth, but it would be it would be very, very uncomfortable, especially for brushing my teeth part, because even when I washed it one day and the other day I wasn't eating anything, when I woke up my mouth was, oh, I can't explain. So that's it. Now, the reasons why I did the dry fast. One of the reasons is because there are now many people that done the transition into vegetarianism or pranic living. Um, and I was interested in that for many years, because now we know it's possible for us to be self-sufficient, for us to nourish ourselves without the need of water or food. Okay, so I'm not saying this for anybody to try it. I'm just saying this because I've seen a lot of people that has done the transition. I've seen people that, not personally, okay, I followed them on YouTube, and then one of the ladies also, I've read her book. So there are many people that said that they did the transition, how they did it, and from what I feel, because I'm very intuitive, and it's not that I'm also so very intuitive. For me, in my mind, I know that it's true. I know it's possible. Logically, also thinking, I know it's possible. And why? I'm not going to talk about quantum physics right here, or physics, but of course it's possible. And sorry, so I wanted to actually do the transition, but I realized that by being here with the children, cooking and washing and doing all these things, it was not the perfect time to do it completely, because you need 21 days to do it. I didn't have, let's say, the 21 days prepared. One of my children got sick, and I took that time to do I wanted to do at least the 7 days. But then as things were going, I realized that was not the perfect moment, but it was still a very good moment for me to do as much as I could. Okay, so that was one of the reasons. The other reason was also to see what would be the effects on my body, mentally and spiritually. So I wanted to see for myself. I'm kind of like a scientist in my own life, and I want to try things. I wanted to know why things are the way they are, how it works. I want to see it for myself. I want to try it for myself. So every time there is something that it's doable, and I know that I can do it, and I research enough about it, I will try to do it for myself. I won't only take what people tell me. I will just do the research for myself. So, but there was a preparation for me to decide to do this. So before I did the water fasting, I have done the intermittent fasting. The intermittent fasting took me to do the water fasting. After doing the water fasting, I knew I could do the dry fasting. So I didn't just jump into doing this. There is a period of time that I've been learning, I've been researching, I've been doing a lot of things to bring me to where I am right now. So as I'm sharing everything in this channel, of course I wanted to share also what I did, and also how I came out of fasting. So the best way to come out of a fasting, like I said, start with your liquids. If you want to start with the natural juice, soups, and then whenever you decide to introduce solids, just start with fruits and vegetables, and then slowly going back again. Even for the people that decided to become vegetarians, you don't have to just continue as a vegetarian. It becomes an option, but it's not that you can only sorry then eating, it's an option, it's not a necessity. That's the kind of freedom that I want to be free, completely free. And that's when it comes to food also, that's the kind of freedom that I want to have, I want to reach as well. I love food, I love to eat, I love to feel, especially when it comes to fruits, mangoes, papayas, pineapples, tropical fruits. I love the taste of it. And even when it comes to cooked foods, there are a lot of foods that I really enjoy, even desserts. But it's amazing that we can get to a point where food, it's an option. It's not a necessity. where people say, oh, if you don't eat you die. No, that doesn't exist anymore. That was a program that was in our mind, and mind is what creates reality. Okay, we create our reality with our own minds. If we can change our minds, we can change our reality. And that program that was in the mind for a long time ago, that we can only survive if we eat and we drink, it's down now. There's many people have proved that. And yeah, that's that. It's attractive. It's not attractive. It's something that I feel I'm ready to experience as well. Because I think deep within, what we all want is to be free to be ourselves, free to express ourselves, freedom. It's freedom. I've heard many times that many people say, oh, all I want is to be happy. For me, it's of course I want to be happy, but happiness shouldn't be something that we want to be. Our lives, the way we construct our lives and the way we live our lives, should be a happy one. And if we are not living a happy life, and that is the goal, I think something is wrong. So happiness is not the goal. And even when I comparing now that to the freedom, it's not the same, because as we live in society, without knowing or unconsciously, we became attached to many things. And we, I don't know if I can speak when I say we, but let's say I was living a life in a way that I would be, it's kind of like a slave of my desires and my wantings. And that's not freedom. When you are controlled by marketing, by our desires, because we have watched other people living a certain way, and now we want that as well. No, I've realized that no, I want to be completely free, where I'm thinking for myself. I'm capable of taking care of myself. I'm capable to use my creativity. I'm capable of using my intelligence to run my life, to control my life, to create something for the world. So it's a kind of freedom in every aspect of life. And to be able to reach that kind of freedom, there's a lot of work that we need to do. And for a certain period of my life, I realized that I wasn't prepared to become completely free. It was okay for me to still be working for a company, still be needing help from the government as a single parent, single mom, no, single parent. And until I become able to really take care of myself, financially, spiritually, mentally, completely. So that is the goal. That is the goal, that I can become. It's like freedom, financial freedom. And for us to reach this financial freedom, we need to be able to use our minds, to be able also to realize where can we serve, what is needing, and how can our skills and who we are can solve situations in the world, or how can we help in any aspects of life, where we become a person of value and we are creating valuable content, valuable information, or we are creating something that will improve the lives of others. In my case, for me, what I'm very interested is to help bring awareness and to share all the tools that have helped me to transform my life from a place where I was feeling completely lost, feeling no value, reached rock bottom, felt unappreciated, unloved, to a place where I've realized that I'm actually an intelligent person, I'm a strong person, I'm very capable, I'm creative, I'm a great mother. So there is a lot of work done, and there's a lot of work more to be done. But from all that I've accomplished so far, I know that I can accomplish more. So this video hopes it can inspire someone to believe in themselves and to just do the work. Bring the focus out of the world, what's happening in the world, what everybody's doing with their lives. Bring back the attention to your own life. What do you need right now to do? What we need to do right now. And then whenever we are looking outside, we can look at it in a way that, what can I learn from these people that I'm looking? What can I learn? Whenever my focus is outside of my life, it's to learn with other people. How can I improve my life? What can these people bring into my life, because I'm giving it my attention. Yeah, so it's possible, and everything is possible if we open our minds, if we see our potential, and if we do the work that is necessary. It's a long video. I don't know if anybody's going to reach the end. If you do, leave me a comment, and I'll see you soon in a next video.